Okay, here we go. We'll get the whole shot today. It's anyone's game in round 2. If you're normally really good off the start, but it seems a lot of riders had a big crash that corner. Even Afior had a hiccup through there. It seems everyone's bunching up in the back here with big crashes. But here comes first, it seems, Shell and Joseph here, which Joseph seems to be a new rider. Shell was a new rider as of last week, but he seems to already be being a top contender. But who in first here? Turbo, unsurprisingly, our points leader right now, in first right now. We're just gonna keep an eye through this corner here to see how everyone runs. Turbo running through the outside, and Shell coming in through the inside, just railing it. Seems most will be taking the inside, and it even seems Afior has picked up the pace after that crash from the very start, almost having a hole shot all the way down here. I think Turbo might have a run for his money on Moto 1. Oh, and Shell goes down by the start. Oh, and collects Ghostly, or so I thought. Everyone's all bottled up here. Afior seems to have gotten by Toxic, but will he hold him off in this next corner? So as I thought, Turbo got by on the outside. Afior is taking different lines through there. I think probably because of the crash he had in the corner scared him a little. Toxic, third, Bender, and then Afior in fourth. So in here we got some of our other riders. Dr. D's, who created round 1. Big thanks to him and the team. Hazewood, someone I'd probably be riding with. I'm nowhere near a contender. And X2 being the first one, or no, second one to be lapped by Turbo. Oh no, X2 crashed and Turbo got caught up. This time, luckily, it wasn't X2's fault. It's just an unfortunate racing incident. But X2's got to let him by on the next corner, because that was quite unfortunate. I know he's trying to race too, since he's trying to hold a position here. But still, X2 needs to let Turbo by. He's the leader. X2 almost causing more problems for Turbo again. But we're wanting to see the top 10. Ghostly and Zane having a crazy battle here for 5th place, since Shell has had his cuts and everything. Ghostly and Zane coming into lap traffic right here. They've been riding a clean race, but Zane has just slowly been gaining time on Ghostly. Lap traffic did a good job moving out of the way and keeping a clean line. These two have been battling it out, and we want to see how this one ends between them. It seems, I think, just how Zane is taking the corners is where he's making most of his time, since both him and Ghostly are scrubbing most of the jumps and getting nearly the same speed. Zane just is taking the corners a little faster than him, just at the apex. Something about his riding style. So with this, they're coming up to more lap traffic. This will cause some interesting problems here. Alright. So Ghostly seems to be gapping a little bit, but it might be too early to say right now. Oh, The commentator curse came back to bite Ghostly. He got a little swapped there. Riding nice and smooth though. Right now, folks, this seems to be our big battle. Big real battle, since it seems Toxic and Afior aren't very close, but because of cuts, if Afior pushes just a little harder before the end and can gain 2 seconds on him, he can get a podium on Moto 1. These guys coming into more lap traffic. Oh, Dr. D's goes down right in front of them. Luckily not causing any troubles here. Afior right here, we're going to take a look at him for a moment. Since he's been riding so consistent. There we go. I think he heard the little push he needed to get right on Toxic's time. Oh, but then somehow Toxic gets it back. This may be a timing issue, but... Oh! Zane gets by Ghostly right there. Since I think they only have one more lap after this to complete. What happened to Toxic? Did he have a bike Did he have a bike breakdown or what? We missed something so important. Toxic is just down and out right now. He can't do anything. This is so unfortunate for a series leader right now. Something happened. He seems to just be trying to roll it back to the finish. I don't know how he'll be able to, but we'll catch up later with that. But the gate is ready to drop. It's anyone's game. As expected, Turbo really good off the gate. And actually getting the whole shot. Oh, but Carnage falls behind him. Seems a lot of riders went down there. So with Turbo out in front, it seems Sethi right behind him. And Ghostly following not far behind. Seems to already be pulling away by a little bit. Just riding so smooth through the track here. But we have Ghostly right behind him and Zane. Those two getting back to another battle together. Oh! Goes a little bit off jump. For a little mistake, but still staying on. So let's see if we can have another clean ride from Turbo. If he can pull off a 1-1, he will have the red plate for another race. But this moto, it's Toxic's red plate to lose. Since unfortunately he ran out of gas. It's unfortunate to see, but racing is racing. Turbo's pulling a bit away. I think Turbo was relaxing before Zane started to show up. But I don't know who's faster, if it's Zane that's faster or if Shell is. But we'll see now that they're going to be fighting for second position here. And with Toxic getting by Ghostly there, that rounds out your top 5. I think in this next corner, it might be Shell's opportunity to try to attack and get the second position. Oh, with a mistake, Zane goes far on the berm. But just has enough drive, but not the inside. Oh, it seems Sethi went off the track. We saw him on the edge of the camera there. That was our 6th place rider, but something must have happened to him. Oh, and Toxic's following them right from behind there. It's a good battle out here, folks. Lots of back and forth between Shell and Zane. But Turbo's now, no, Toxic, I mean, is right on them. I think something's wrong with scoring a little bit here, since it says Zane's in fourth, but he's not. Unless he somehow got cuts on the track. We'll see later in time, I guess. Whoa. Toxic almost crashed on that landing there, but he still managed to pass Zane. So it seems to be all the same players from Moto 1, just in different positions. Zane unfortunately seems to be losing a little bit of time, and Toxic seeming to catch up to Shell. Shell here is trying to catch up to Turbo, but to no avail. He's not far off, so if anything happens, he can definitely make a move. But now he seems to have to deal with Toxic here. Will he take the inside or the outside? Toxic takes the outside, and I think he might be able to get by Shell. No. He's able to take the inside, but then goes outside and gives him room. Just back and forth, crisscrossing. That was crazy. But with that, Toxic got by him, and Shell lost his rhythm there. Lost a bit of time, and now Zane is right on him. It seems to be these top four just back and forth. They're all within distance of each other. They can all see each other, so they're all right there trying to get for the podium and the win, no less. But rounding out the top five, you could see Ghostly in the background there in fifth. Wow. These riders are... Oh, I was about to say these riders are something, but then a mistake from Shell there and tapping Zane. Just a little bit of a racing incident that luckily didn't cause any problems for either riders. But going through here, we're going to... I'd want to go check on Toxic, but these two are having such a good battle, anything could happen at any point. Oh! Shell just jumps him to take the inside of the corner there. Crazy pass that I never would have seen coming. Oh! Almost over scrubs it on the anthill there. But this is where every time I always think someone's gonna go outside, but no, he did take the outside that time. He's been taking the inside for a lot of times just to hold people off, but he took the middle line there, and it seemed to be a little more beneficial to him. Renji in 10th here trying to hold off James My Name. Like I said earlier, someone we didn't really see from up here since he wasn't in the top 10. But here's his chance to get in top 10 here. Riding smooth with Renji having not too bad of a start, but it seems he may have went down. Either that or James has just been on a tear right behind Renji. Oh, Renji scrubs a little low and almost wipes out. But able to save it, but I think James might have him if he takes the outside and rails it. Yeah, I think James has him in this next corner. So Renji loses the position to James, but he's still not out. He's still held his position, but Shell has caught right back up again. So this is the battle for third here. Oh, Zane almost goes over the bars and saves it, but unfortunately gives Shell third there. So Zane is going to have to get all of his work that he tried to do to pull away from Shell and gain it all right back. Oh, these riders, just any little mistake can be the difference between any little position here. Everyone's just been on rails, so consistent that just takes one mistake. None of the top 5 are that much faster than anyone. One mistake and they could lose their position right then and there. Even Toxic and Turbo, they shared points since they went 1-2 and 2-1 last race. And Toxic is only 7 seconds behind. Any mistakes from Turbo and he could get the moto win. It's just unfortunate he had to run out of gas last moto. If it wasn't for that, he could still be trying to get the red plate. Or hold on to it, I should say. Oh, little mistake there from Ghostly in the corner. Might cost him a bit of time and Vendor the opportunity to make a pass in these next 2 corners. These riders really launch into that corner and oh! Vendor just stuffs Ghostly for an aggressive yet effective pass. But I don't see them right. Oh no, unfortunately, Afior goes down. Oh, and it seems he did get around Ghostly there. Teammates battling for the position there for 5th. And it's getting close to the last lap. So even if they are teammates, I know Afior and Ghostly will be trying to be pushing for that last position between the two. Oh! Whether on purpose or not, I'm unsure. But Ghostly seems to have taken out Afior. But they're still close to each other, so I'm not sure if Ghostly had slowed up for his teammate. But it seems Turbo out there is just hauling of what we can see. Because he's getting close to lapping up to 7th position. Right now we're watching 5th and 6th battle it out. But if he can lap up to everyone besides these riders here. Oh! Close call for Afior there. But he saves it and still is pushing to try to get by Ghostly. Those two are close together on the last lap. Renchi now being passed by 2nd and 3rd there. Toxic just riding smooth as ever, but Shell is right on him. Oh, just a little mistake from Toxic there, just of how he held his speed through that section, let Shell catch up, but Shell does the same mistake in the sand section that Toxic did in the previous. They're just so close. It's anyone's race between these two for 2nd place. If Toxic can get this 2nd place, he may still be in the top 3 for overall points. That may be a bit of a stretch, but with how consistent he's been in every other race, he's definitely going to be close. So Toxic is pulling away a little bit and getting almost held up by lap traffic, but luckily lap traffic getting out of the way. Can't wait to see the overall points here. This will definitely be changed up by the unfortunate circumstances that Toxic had. Oh no, as I say that, more unfortunate circumstances and Toxic goes down. Hopefully not giving him any cuts on, I believe, the final lap.